Hi, I'm Matt,
And I'm Mandy, and we are Hillhaven Games.
the creators of Tactician, the game of battlefield strategy.
We have received your comments and your messages asking for a more detailed introduction to the game. So we're going to take you through a scenario using the tactical terrain and show you a couple of turns.
So let's begin.
So what you get when you open it is this copy of the rulebook with things like diagrams, charts showing the strengths of the individual units, which is one of the main features of the game, and various quotes by Clausewitz and other strategists, as well as your score sheet for you to copy and use as many times as you want.
The version that will come when you order the game won't come with these, sandwich baggies. About 5 minutes after we ordered the initial copy, we realized that it was going to need bags. So we went ahead and added some very, very high quality plastic bags. They're going to be more like this style. It's going to be a little bit heavier, although it won't have my beautiful handwriting on it.
So you also get 2 quick reference cards that will include some close-up pictures of it. So each player can have one. And we have 3 blue dice, 3 red dice. I think you can figure out which player gets which.
The individual pieces, here I'll take one out the bag, you will have 18 of each of the 4 unit types in both colors, blue and red. Will look like this, with a symbol on the front, and if you're playing using the mercenary rules, a letter on the back. When you first order the game, the punch-outs the actual bat.
Okay.
When you first order the game, those punch-outs come on one of these cards. You're going to have to punch them out yourself.
And you can use those extra white punch-outs to replace any that you may lose.
Also in your box, you will get the Fog of War screen, which is used during initial setup so that you don't know what your opponent has waiting for you.
Keeps things interesting. And what you've all been waiting for, the tiles.
These tiles are part of what makes our game unique among various and sundry
Other war games
of its type.
Sorry, we're going to finish each other's sentences a lot. That's what happens when you've been married for 6 years. So we are going to pick, let's move that so you can see it better. We're going to pick out what style of terrain we want to make.
Now, you can either do it this way, or you can do it completely randomly, where you shuffle the 14 tiles you get together and deal them out without looking at them. That leads to some rather interesting terrain choices. The shape of the board is completely up to the players. They can choose to do something complicated or just a standard square board, whatever really suits their fancy, as long as they can agree on it. And it looks like my wife is trying to put together some sort of attack the hill scenario.
Why not?
Why not? That's a good standard.
Whoops, taking out the archers with the cards.
Well, there will be lots of archers, I'm sure.
There. We're working on it. I like making things pretty.
So we're going to go with a fairly small board just because we don't want this to take forever.
Secondary hill? Or not?
No, you can just go with a 3x3 board.
That's what I mean. There.
Oh, well, okay. That
There we
would
go.
make sense. Now,
Well, we have forests with a fence
obstacle that you can't move through it. You have to go through the road between them. We have the hill where the slope is cleverly marked by arrows. And you have a river with a bridge that is easiest to cross there, so you don't have to move at half speed through the river. Other than that, we have some plain field, and let's see what happens. I have a feeling I'm going to be assaulting his hill.
That's usually what happens. So, the fog of war, screen goes across the board like this. Now, when you're setting up the board, you set your you have up to 20 pieces you can put on the board initially. And it can be any force mix that you choose. You can only place those pieces on the tiles closest to you.
Now I am going to give away my strategy a little bit in talking about how I want to do this. Now you have to start within 3 lines of 3 squares of your side of the board. I kind of messed myself up by putting a river on the first 3 squares of my board, but I can make it. So I'm going to have to get across the board pretty quickly. I'm choosing mounted archers. They have a movement speed of 4 and an attack range of 4 with their skill Parthian Charge.
I, being highly uninventive, am going with a more standard pikeman and archer defense. Having seen the terrain, I know that my wife is most likely going to be using some kind of high-speed attack using mounted archers and or knights, so I should be ready to defend against that.
I'm going to need a lot of troops, but it is going to take me a minute to figure out exactly where to put them. I really don't want to pay the penalty of moving at half speed across this level of terrain, but I may have to. How many am I at? 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, 12. Need more troops. Let's go ahead and do that. I can start a knight on top of a hill, right? Right. Can't quite start him on the slope. There. Wait. 17. We'll do that. We'll do that. And I believe I am ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh, I got one more. You too?
No, I had too many pieces on the board.
Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, we're good.
Okay, now I'm going to scoot my pieces a little bit back out of the way because eventually I'm sure I'm going to end
There'll be dice everywhere.
Well, I'm going to end up with some routed troops that I need to pile up next to the board because I know that those cost me only half the number of resupply points to put back out, redeploy. Alright, I'm sure you can see that the lighting has changed. We had some technical difficulties and needed to come back and finish filming at a different time. So, Fog of War lifts.
Okay.
Right, let's see who goes first.
In order to determine who goes first, both players roll 1d6. The player that rolls the highest goes first. So that would be me.
Use my tablet.
The voice you keep hearing in the background is my son, and
Our
son. Yes, wow, our son.
But later, he has his own sales pitch for Tactician that you'll get to see, I'm sure.
All right, so
You go first.
I go first. One, two. Now, normally pikemen can only move 1 square. However, I can use what's called a forced march to make them move 2 squares. But when I do that, they cannot attack on the end of that turn.
He has to force march down that because it's the hill.
He's not going down it. Okay, well then I'll just leave him where he is then. Yep. 1 into a defensive square. 1, 2 into a defensive square.
A defensive square
1, 2.
gives a +1 bonus to both units in the defensive square. However, no movement-based unit abilities can occur other than the push of pike for a pikeman to get out of the square. And when I, at some point, will be attacking a defensive square, the defender gets to pick which unit is affected by the attack and engages in combat.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mounted units, when they attempt to move through a forest, move at half speed. Anyone who's ever tried to take a horse through heavy forest knows the difficulties inherent there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, I crossed the river. Is it right here? 1, 2, 3. Any unit attempting to cross a river,
Other than at a bridge.
moves at half speed. Okay. 1, 2.
Move your hand, I can't see. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm counting. Hang on. 1, 2,
You can't reach from there.
3.
Okay, you know I'm out of range, right?
I'm aware
Okay.
of that. 2, 3. 1.
Sometimes we have tactical differences.
Now,
Makes it interesting.
I have moved those units, and now I'm going to make use of a skill that all mounted units have. I'm going to dismount the lot of them. Dismounting, you basically have the person getting off their horse. Really straightforward. Knights become pikemen.
While he is dismounting, I am
Mounted archers become archers.
double checking. Alright. So you can't really see it very well, but there is a fence right here. And only ranged attacks can be made over obstacles such as fences. And so I will need to work around that or use ranged attacks.
This allows you to, dismounting your units allows you to make use of the speed and agility that you get with cavalry and still be able to have them function as infantry. Now, the downside to this, of course, is once dismounted, a unit cannot remount. So effectively what I have done now is I've ensured that she's going to have to deal with a severe infantry situation. But there's also the downsides inherent in infantry versus cavalry. She can run away a lot faster than I can chase. But from the range I'm at now, I actually have hair in my mouth. Excuse me. From the range I'm at now, I now can reach her mounted archers with
So-
my archers. And let me see. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5. You cannot
6
reach.
on top of a hill.
You're on top of the hill. Ranged attacks, ranged units get a +1 from on top of hills.
3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that dude's okay because he's out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's see what happens, shall we? Okay. I'm just going to start on the left side because that's where I'm going to start. This archer versus that mounted archer.
All right, so
Now,
your
archers are strong against mounted archers, which means I get to roll 2d6 to her 1d6. I also have an archer unit standing next to it, so he has +1.
But I have. Actually, do I get? Yeah, but I have 2 units on either side of me, and you get a +1 bonus for a unit that can make a legal attack on either side of you. So if I had a pikeman standing right there, it really doesn't help me.
But she gets +2 to her defense.
All right, and it has happened. Didn't happen this time, but it has happened that's made the difference. All right, so he's got an 8. I've got a 6. He beats me. Now we roll 1d6 with no bonuses to see if my unit is routed or destroyed, and it is destroyed. So destroyed means
Goes off the field entirely.
it's gone. If it were routed, I'd put it somewhere in a separate pile to know that means it ran away from the field and I can redeploy it for half the cost of its unit supply cost.
This archer versus that mounted archer.
I get a +1.
I only get a +1 in this instance because
Same.
Same routine. Okay.
Again. But this time, it's just routed.
Routed.
That's mine.
It's your dice. You can't have your dice. That is my secret to victory. Don't let your opponent have their dice. That doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can just barely reach that mounted archer.
When can I turn it up?
In a bit. Alright.
Wow. Just wow.
Okay.
Never let archers get
The high ground.
the high ground. Alright, so destroyed again.
Okay.
Sorry, that one's destroyed.
Alright. Now, we've been up till this point, I've been shooting at units that I am stronger than, that I have a natural advantage towards.
Oh, are you going to shoot my knights?
I'm going to shoot at your knights. Why? Because they're there and I can't shoot anybody else.
Knights are strong against archers, so I get 2d6.
This
And
shot.
when knights are being attacked by a ranged attack,
5,
they have the ability
with
to
that one.
attempt to raise shields,
All
which
right.
grants them a +2 bonus against the ranged attack, that particular ranged attack. So who's attacking me?
This one versus that one.
All right, so I'm going to try and raise shields, and I have a +2 because of
Yes, you do.
because there
Knights
are
get-
shields on either side of me.
Knights can get a bonus to their raised shield roll as long as there are other knights on either side of them.
So I effectively raised my shields.
Alright. Now, I'm only rolling 1d6 versus her 2d6 plus 4. I'm rolling 1d6 plus 2.
Two. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're pretty much not surprised by that result. Now, the good news is, though, is I have a ranged unit shooting at a melee unit, and the melee unit obviously can't answer because he doesn't have a bow and arrow.
If I answer, he means return 5.
Well, that too. This guy versus that guy. Same
Raise
routine.
shields.
Raising shields.
I had a 4, but nothing. Okay, so he did not get his shield up, and neither did his companions.
So,
I have a +2 because of the fact that they're on either side of me, which is still enough to win.
even with my +2.
But I can't return fire. Next.
This archer
You
versus...
just did that.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I've done those 2 archers. All right, well, now we're over on this end. This archer versus 1, 2, 3. This mounted archer. So I have 2d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him.
Alright.
No.
Ah.
Off to board with you.
Alright.
This archer versus... Wait. 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Yeah. That mounted archer.
Ooh.
I have plus 1.
Oh.
See, those bonuses do help.
I know.
I'm just saying the general principles for the camera. Alright. Yeah, well, you love me. Alright, so that guy... Bye-bye. And now this one, that one.
Booyah.
Yep, he survives the experience.
And returns fire.
And returns fire. Wow,
And
destroys the target. Alright.
Oops.
Well, that simplifies my
Wait,
plans for
I
next
didn't
turn.
have any pikemen out. There we go. Things got a little scattered. Alright.
Alright,
My turn.
your turn. Oh, wait.
Nope.
You need to remember to resupply. It's easy to forget. I got a whopping 4 supply points with which I can do nothing. So we're just going to stick those in the bank. Actually, I could afford a pikeman, I suppose, but I'm going to hold off on that for right now. We'll stick that in the bank for later. Your turn.
Alright. Now, unfortunately, even if I move these straight, 1, 2, because that counts as one move because I'm going down the slope.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, that's
Yeah.
what it is. 3. There's actually a road right there. So, that is the question. The road is not in this square.
The road is not in that square. It is, however, in the 1 square. So, yeah, you could theoretically charge through that barricade, I suppose.
Alright. Well, at least to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I would count that one as being blocked by the fence.
Mm-hmm.
1. 2. We're gonna up and down, so that's about my except doubles, so that's about my move on that one. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. Actually, I don't want to move you yet because you can't ride your people through your other people.
Mm-hmm.
1, there's a road there. 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I really got bogged down. 1, 2, because there's a road there. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm setting myself up to be killed. 1, 2, 3.
Mm.
Alright.
You have now moved all your pieces.
Yes, I'm aware. Alright. Knight full charge versus the archer.
Okay.
Charging bonus, if a knight moves all 3 of its spaces in any straight line or diagonal straight,
Mm-hmm.
then it gets a charge bonus of +3
On its attack.
on its attack.
Also, knights are strong against archers, so they get plus 2d6 for that.
They get 2d6.
They get 2d6 for that. Furthermore, a knight is a melee class, and an archer is a range class, which means regardless of the fact that I have another archer standing right next to me at the moment, I do not get any bonuses. So all I've got is my 1 die.
And I've got 2d6 +3. Boxcars.
Wow. Okay, well, yes, that archer had a very bad day
And died.
and died. That's usually what happens when one has a bad day where a knight on horseback with a lance is concerned.
Alright. That mounted archer is going to shoot that pikeman.
You do that.
So again, mounted archer is stronger versus pikeman.
Mm-hmm.
but neither of us, well, I don't have a bonus, but he has a +1. No,
Oh, wait.
that's a tie.
That's a tie. Oh, gosh, I survive.
So, ranged attack, nothing. Alright.
I live!
Okay. This mounted archer is attacking that pikeman. You know what? Actually, no. I'm attacking that pikeman.
Okay, then.
Change my mind.
Holman's prerogative. Yeah, you got him.
Yep. But he's routed.
He's only routed.
Alright. And I think that sets me up for just rolling my supply points.
Okay.
3 full points. And I wrote down what I had going earlier, except now I've lost my... There it is. So I rolled 3. And what I'm going to do with that is, for 3 points, I'm going to reinforce by redeploying my mounted archer.
Yay!
Because I get to redeploy him at half cost. And that is my turn. I am getting stomped.
Mm-hmm.
Don't assault a hill that has archers on it.
It ends poorly. Okay, I'm going to advance 1 and into a defensive square with that archer. I'm going to one. You know what? I'm going to move my knight forward 1 and dismount him. Make him a pikeman. And then I'm going to advance this pikeman into that. There's nothing that says that they, well, pikemen can be in defensive squares with other pikemen. Okay, advancing into a defensive square.
You can't be in a defensive square on a slope.
We're not on a slope.
Yes, you are.
The slope is right there.
Okay, that one's on a slope, though.
Okay, well then I'll bring him back into a defensive square. That one advanced into a defensive square. This one move into a defensive square.
Now, each of those defensive squares, although they get a +1 automatically for being in the defensive square, when they are assisting another unit, they count as a +1 total.
Yep. So, alright. So, let's see. We'll start
Archer.
archer versus mounted archer.
Yep. Wow. Anyway, I should have just gone all knights on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled her out. No.
Bye-bye.
My
Okay.
mounted archers are failing me.
Pikeman versus knight.
Alright, well, a pikeman is strong against a knight. There's something about, riding full tilt into a giant
big dang
pokey
spear?
stick.
Yes. And I have the support of another
You have the
pikeman standing next to me, so +1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, knight died. Well, knight is routed.
Routed. Which is good, because knights are expensive.
Yes, they are.
Archer versus mounted archer.
Which mounted archer? The one nearest it? Archer versus...
Yeah, hang on, let me see something real quick. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, okay. This archer versus that mounted archer.
Okay.
Got it.
That mounted archer just went doo-doo-doo. What's going on, guys?
I've got an arrow in my brisket. What part of the human anatomy a brisket is, I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to know because I like brisket. Wait, is there... No,
There's not an archer
There's not
there.
another archer there. Oh, this could get bad. Let's see, actually, though, because there is an archer here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
It's
3,
with-
4, 5. Yeah, it's within my range.
It's the range of 6 right now.
Yeah, I'm on a hill.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yes.
Fun thing about archers, if they're on a
We
hill...
already explained
We already
that.
explained that? Oh, okay, cool. So,
But
5, and I have no support.
you have a +1, but you can't legally make that attack. Yeah, you have no support. So
No support.
tie,
Tie. Goes to the defender.
dodge.
Yeah, no, I don't actually have a...
So
Any support.
since that is range combat, it's not just that it goes to the defender. It's nothing happens.
Nothing
Both
happens.
arrows I fired in return, and both arrows missed.
Okay. Right, well, that one didn't work, so we're going to go shoot at this knight.
Okay. Raise shields.
Yes,
Yes.
you have shields.
+2. Which is good. I needed that +2. 7.
Okay.
Alright.
This archer versus that knight.
Okay, raise shields. No. Yes. Alright.
This archer, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5. That one.
Raise shields.
Nope.
No.
Yes!
Oh, my +1. Yeah, no.
Lucky BB.
Ah.
Oh, wait.
Destroyed.
Bye-bye.
This knight is standing over there all by his lonesome.
All by myself. Alright, that's, I think, everything I've got. So, your turn.
You're not going to resupply?
Oh, well, yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay, so that's 9 plus the 3 I already had. Gives me a total of
12.
12. Thank you. It's apparently one of those. It's one of those days. So I now can engage in and make use of my extra attacks. I am going to be an evil person, and I'm going to engage in a supply raid.
Okay. Sure.
You have 3 supply points, right?
No, I don't.
You don't
I
have any?
spent it. I have 0.
Oh, well, then we won't do a supply raid then.
Careful what you declare.
Yes, that's true. Catapult strike then.
Alright.
So it leaves me with 2.
What? You had 12. You're doing a
12.
catapult
strike for 5. We're going to catapult strike this knight right here.
Okay, so I have a... What is the maximum bonus for
3.
free spaces? Is 3. So I have a +3. Shields don't help versus catapults.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That knight couldn't dodge, could he?
Nope. Could not dodge. Had all that open plane. Could not.
So when you get hit with a catapult ball, your unit doesn't get an option in the matter of whether or not it gets routed or destroyed. It just gets splatted. So that is my turn.
And you already rolled your supply points.
Mhm.
So that's how you were able to do
Yep.
the catapult. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with cannons. Alright. Moving forward. And I've not got much choice on what to attack there. But road, 1 tree. Okay. Oh wait, that's a mounted archer. I don't want to do that.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Alright. Whatever. Okay. Cannot charge up a hill.
Nope.
1, 2, but I can come to terms with it. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. But that was a charge
Mm-hmm.
to that.
You still have a hill in the way, but...
But you can still fight things
Yeah.
that are standing on the hill, so. 1, 2, 3. It's not a charge.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Actually, let me move that one back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I wish that I had that. Ooh, wait. 1, 2, 3. Charge, but not up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a charge to the hill.
It's a charge to the hill, but...
So that counts. I just can't charge through that square.
Okay. So yes, you charged up the
Okay.
hill. So you still have the
Charge,
bonus.
charge, charge, but these two are the only ones assisting because that one charged from a different direction. However, what are the rules on surrounded? Is it
I'm
all
not
four?
surrounded. I'm currently flanked.
You are flanked.
Yeah.
If
you had a unit here, even if it was mine, technically speaking, I have to have an avenue of retreat.
This one is also actually attacking from the rear because it has an ally 180 degrees.
That's
So
precisely
it's
right.
flanked to any of these, which is a +1, and attacked from the rear by those.
Yep.
So which is a +2.
Yep. And because my archer is in a defensive square, it doesn't have the option to run away.
All right, so let's start with that one, which I get a
This knight-
+2 versus.
The pikeman.
Yeah, I figured. Wow.
Eat it.
Hold on. That was a charge. So a total +5.
But if I remember correctly, hills give me an advantage if I'm fighting something at the bottom of the slope. Check the rules on hill.
We'll check the rule book. Yeah, we don't always know everything just because we made the game. We have to check it. Hills. Occupying the top of the hill, that unit may add +2 against units moving up the hill.
Okay, so you
So-
are not moving up the hill, but you're attacking up the hill at this point.
Yeah. So yes, you get a +2. So I had a +5 total, you have a +2 total. That puts me at 7, that puts you at 8. Dang. Versus the pikeman. And I'm destroyed, which eliminates the attack from the rear bonus for this one. Still flanking.
Still flanking.
Okay. This one and that one.
I'm still flanked.
You are still flanked, and I can't. That one was not a charge, was it?
Yes,
That
it
one was a charge. So I have a +4 +1 from that one. So I have +5
Which is good, because
because I needed it.
you needed it.
All right. So roll, and it's destroyed.
Now we have a problem.
You have an archer surrounded by knights.
This is going to end very messily.
Okay, this one is attacking that one at a
Yes.
charge and an everything.
Okay, dead,
Yes.
dead.
Let's see.
Oh no, just routed.
It went run away! Run away!
I'm not getting paid enough for this!
Alright, well, that one can't attack anything now. And this one's gonna attack, I'm sure, the pikeman. But that was a charge.
So I get +2.
And I get +3, which doesn't matter. Okay? But I am routed.
Okay.
Still, not an altogether unsuccessful
No,
attack
you've
so
knocked
far.
a hole in my defenses, and I'm going to have to relocate things.
We're gonna attack here.
And you're attacking
Oh,
the
no,
pike.
I already declared I can't attack that. I can attack this one, because the hole is over here.
Yep.
So, versus a pikeman, which sucks.
Yes.
But,
Getting +3,
yeah.
which is
Oh.
not enough.
Dice roll!
Oh, it hurts.
Alright. Just routed, though. And the mounted archer is going to attack that pikeman now. It does get a +1 from that, but it does not get a defense against ranged attacks from the... Ouch. Oh, it is just routed.
They forced a breach. They forced a breach. Now we're in trouble.
Woo.
Mounted archer,
I
man.
need
I
some
knew
high supply rolls. 10.
that'll work.
Yes. Okay. So,
Used 5 out
I'm
of my
gonna
12,
do-
so I've got
guess what?
6.
I'm going to do a catapult on that one.
And I'm going to pay 5 outright to prevent that catapult.
Alright, that's fine. I'm going to do another catapult on that one. So he cut the, he destroyed my catapult for one of them, I think.
Yes.
But I'm
The
going to
catapult shot at each other.
But the,
They don't
You
get a
get
defense.
oh,
I
no,
don't, because
'cause
I'm
you're
in a
in a
defensive
defensive
square.
eat it.
Oh, it got 8.
It got 8. It got eaten anyway.
That whole top of the hill there.
Yeah. All
And
right.
that's why infantry doesn't like catapults.
10, 10, 0. Okay. So that is the end of my turn.
The dog bumped into the camera, hence the shift.
Okay. My turn. Let's see if I can't salvage this situation. Alright, first things first, moving out of his square.
Defensive square.
Square into that. And then going 1, 2, moving there. And going 1. Okay, let's get it from here. 1, 2.
Can't attack. If you push a pike, it can't attack.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to work with what I got anyway. He's there for support more than anything else. That's going to screw everything up then. Alright, well, ain't nothing for it. 1, 2.
Now it's flanked.
Now it is flanked. And then 1, 2. And then 1. Okay, this guy is going to stay exactly the way he is. We're going to start with the archer that's on the bottom.
This brief section of video got corrupted, and so we move on.
Okay, so resupply. On my resupply roll, I obviously rolled 7, which if you remember, I also have 1 left over from the previous turn, giving me a total of 8. So I'm going to use that 8 to pull out to redeploy.
Alright, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dang it.
Giving me a 13 to 4, which gives me a 3 to 1
Over a 3 to 1.
over a 3 to 1 tactical advantage, which means I win.
Good game.
Good game.
So, from setup to game end took us just under an hour. Sometimes games run a little longer. Sometimes it could have ended a little shorter a couple times there. But we hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you for watching, and please, if you like the game, support our Kickstarter.
Thank you.